Hi everybody, welcome to Gunpla TV.
Hey guys.
Brought to you by HobbyLink Japan. This is episode 120.
120 boys.
120, and look what we got here for this episode. Check it out, it's arrived. The VF-1A.
A lot of excitement.
Valkyrie. Do you like this, Ryan?
I do.
Do you like it?
I do.
Yo, hit that like button then.
Okay, and talking about like buttons, Sid.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
It's a segue.
That's right.
That happened.
All my plans.
We've added a like button to the HobbyLink TV groups.
Yep.
So now you can like if you don't want to comment, but I prefer that you comment. But if you just want to like, you can like.
Of course, you're gonna like that stuff that you think is cool.
Yep.
But let us know your thoughts as well. Leave a comment. And speaking of the like button, in the group that I created last time, the Gunpla TV Kit Bash, I asked which kits master grade we should mash together. Let us know, and we'll choose one and do it on the show. And a lot of people are suggesting a lot of good stuff there. And with the inclusion of the like button now, we can see who's getting the most support, whose ideas, you know, the most popular. Vote. So like what you think for the Kit Bash, and then we'll have a look at the top ones, and we'll see what we can do.
And try comment on why you like it. I mean,
of course.
Yeah. And you can still comment if you want. If you've got other ideas for a Kit Bash.
Mode of choice. Yeah. I'm not gonna decide on the kit too early. I'm gonna leave lots of time for people to suggest things and like, because I think the plan is that I'm doing the Scope Dog right now. We'll do Scope Dog over the next couple of weeks while you're doing your perfect grade. And
PG,
then by
baby.
then the new RGs will come out, and then the master grade will come out for next month, which is the geared dog, I think. And then after that, we'll have some time to actually look at mashing some stuff together, because we can't do it in one episode. It's going to take some time.
No, especially a Kit Bash. And we want to, a lot of people are interested in actually seeing how to do a Kit Bash.
Wish me luck.
Yeah, good luck, Sid. But Sid, you saw his, what was the kit? The
Shinanju and the...
Yeah, that was awesome.
That one worked out okay.
So Sid has skills.
Maybe. All right, so let's get the tension away from me and talk about this kit. Now, Ryan, you're the Macross guy. What do you think of the box art?
I like it.
Yeah, it's
I really
well
like
done.
it.
I think it's well done. And of course, it's just a standard Bandai box. It's got all the images you're going to need to see it in all the modes. And it includes all the accessories here. You can see there's a figure, and then the accessory pack that's coming. The weapons
thing I'm most interested in seeing is actually how well it transforms, because we've done a few we did one transformation.
We did, and we did the...
And it wasn't the easiest
transforming
experience.
kits have been hit or miss.
But that wasn't Bandai, it was Hasegawa?
No, we did the Bandai Macross.
Oh, okay.
But
so maybe they've improved
not this baby, not the original.
Yes.
So let's open this up, actually see what's inside the box, and then I think you're going to take this baby home.
Well, actually, I will open up the box maybe.
Sure, go ahead. Macross guy.
We'll pop it open, and actually, if all goes well, we might have a full build and review next week of this kit on the blog.
Sounds good.
And I'll try, but it won't be by me.
Okay.
But I'll try to do some building.
All right, well, let's look inside.
Let's have a look. Okay, let's pop this baby open. This always reminds me of my childhood and Robotech, as they call it here, Macross, for a lot of other countries. So let's just quickly have a look at the back of the manual.
That's the big marking guy.
You even get a little girl you can paint up if you want.
Yeah, good luck with that.
At that scale. I think the amazing thing is just the amount of decals.
Yeah, even the other Bandai Macross kits we have shown come with a considerable amount of decals. But this one I think might have even more.
Well, it's 2 sheets.
Oh, okay.
Which is...
And all those foils.
Yeah. So you'll have your work cut out for you.
That's true.
Well, I might have my work cut out for me. I've already popped open a few of the bags. So let's just take a look. You got your clear parts here, your cockpit.
Feels like the normal Bandai plastic you're used to, right?
I don't want to break it, but feels good. Pieces are a bit smaller than I expected, but I guess at this scale it's about right. There's a lot of metal parts which you need to be aware of. Now, with Sid's help, the manual does actually point out that there are 3 different sizes: medium, small, and large. Yeah. Be extra careful because the bags are not actually marked. Yeah,
and because they're so small, it might be difficult to tell at first which one is the normal and which one's the small. So you should actually separate them before you start using them. So
try
you know
measure
for sure.
Or something.
Well, you can actually put them up against the image in the manual, and it should be the right size.
Okay,
so you should be able to get that as a reference.
That's like the tip of the week, Sid.
There you go.
I never thought about that. But yeah, so that's just the rest of the kit. So actually, it looks pretty straightforward. I mean, once you built it,
looks like you know, kind of one of the lower end MGs that doesn't have a lot of craziness to it. But this one transforms, and that's where the interesting part's gonna lie.
let me hold up the manual, the transformation part. Well, I mean, as we all know, there is the 3 modes.
Yep.
And actually, the way they describe the mode change, I'll just show the one here. The jaw walk, is that correct?
Gear walk or whatever.
Gear walk. It looks pretty, I mean, it's just about 3 pages to get into the gear walk. So, I mean, I guess the problem we had before was just the joints weren't stiff enough, maybe?
Yeah, well, we were building like, what was it, the Alto Custom, which has got a lot of armament and is very heavy.
Yeah, it has crazy armor. This
one being, you know, the prototype or the first plane, it's going to be very light and not have too much extra stuff, although they are releasing a set which comes with all the extra super pack weapons.
That's something to keep in mind. And I know a few people have ordered the super pack, and I'd actually be interested to see how it looks with that on. I have a preference. I actually like the jet mode in this case, so I might, if I was going to build, I'd try for the jet mode. You know, we'd be interested to hear what other people are going to, which mode is their favorite. Yeah, I'm interested to start reading the reviews, if people can put it on HobbyLink TV and what they think of it, what their favorite mode is. Absolutely. Well, let me close this up. Okay. All right, so there you have it. Exciting stuff. Ryan, it looks like you're going to have a pretty interesting weekend ahead of you, perhaps. Maybe. Maybe, if you can get around to it. If I can get around to it. So much excitement. I'm sure there are other people who have ordered their kits, and maybe when you get your kit and you've actually built it, there is a Macross group. Yeah. Did you see how many of this we got? No. Oh, yeah, tons. I think it was 60 cartons. Wow. We got a lot of them. They're all here. You're going to start receiving your shipping notices. Yeah. It's going to be awesome. Be excited. Show us your build. Good. Okay, Ryan, now I understand that you've done some work on your perfect grade. I have. I'm going to talk about this guy. The variable fighter? No, this one. Yeah, the variable core fighter. Sorry, the core fighter. Before you talk about that, can I talk about perfect grade for a minute? Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I mentioned on the show last week, I believe, when I was showing the leg for the red asterisk, and how it went, was pretty much the same design as the Strike's leg. I have a lot in common. Well, I actually wanted to illustrate that point, and I brought this little thing here. It's a red-gray frame. It's the red-gray frame, yeah. What I did is I actually just took off all the parts from the Strike frame, and I used the extra parts on the runners for the red ashtray, and I slapped them on there. And all the articulation is there? Oh yeah, it's the same. Exact same parts. But they're not used on the red ashtray. So you just get some extra points, extra parts. So I'm actually thinking of keeping them this way, because I have the clear version of this guy. I can actually put the armor on and still see it. And it's interesting to note that this entire upper leg you can also do with the red ashtray frame. It's not extra parts because they share the same design, but you could make it almost all red with a couple, dark pieces in there. Actually, that'll be a cool frame. I love PG. PG's awesome. It's awesome. So things. Okay, yeah. So PG, Ryan, can you set up here? Yeah, let me get set up. All right. So, I've been building my PG. And I've actually started to need to do some transformation, especially with the core fighter I have here. Yeah. And I ran into some difficulty. Uh-oh. And the main thing is your transformation guide is actually in the front of the manual, which I didn't know. Because I was like building, as you build along. Yeah. And I was like, where the hell do I transform this plane? Because I built this part and I was like, that's not the whole chest cavity. Like there's huge things missing. What I didn't realize is I need to transform my jet. Okay. So please keep that in mind when you're building. Check out the front to actually see how to transform your core fighter. Yeah. And you actually build 2 core fighters depending on which one you want. So you actually have 2 core fighter transformations, but I'm just focusing on the core fighter FFXII. There you go, Final Fantasy 12. Whatever the Final Fantasy something. That's one. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do now is transform this baby. Okay. Without any problems. Good luck with that. Yeah. So first of all, what you need to do, I've already taken off the landing gear. They actually fit in here. Yeah. But I need to open those anyway. So what you do is you pop off these guys, which I had problems putting on, and thanks to Sid, I could. Got to be lined up perfectly. Yeah. Then you take your nose and you extend it. You take your secondary nose and extend it. This is always the part that worried me when I saw how it was assembling. Just pulling that over. You kind of fold them around like that, I think. Yeah. You then extend this piece. Well, actually, you got to clip it off and then stick it in here. and then pull it down like that.
All right.
I feel like I haven't done something right, but we'll figure that out later.
Yeah. You'll know when you try to put it on.
Yeah. Then you have to pull this piece. Okay.
That's still pretty cool, though.
I missed something. What you got to do as well is you have to unplug these guys and fold them in. So yeah, so like that. And you've actually got to push them down slightly. So everything moves. This core fighter is, well, tough to say the least. So if I have done this correctly, which I'm not sure if I have, because this guy isn't moving how he should.
So one thing that always concerned me when I saw this kit is that it's huge and it's big, it's complex, and you still have to try and transform it.
Yeah, so okay, that's what you got. Okay, so what I need to do now, you can see that okay? Let me, so he
drop it in from the top.
Comes in like that. Okay, so basically
looks good.
That part is done. Now what you do, you've actually got to flip these guys open, because that's actually how the super backpack plugs in. It actually slides in from this angle. The manual says to do it like that, but actually I found it was easier just to pull it apart a little bit. Pull this open. This is pretty cool. It actually opens like that as well.
Yeah.
So you can see what's going on inside. Okay, so they clip in like that. This guy closes like that and clips in.
I like the satisfying clunk when it gets into place.
Okay. It's not the easiest transformation.
After some trial and error.
After some trial and error, especially getting this outer shell on. The cool thing though is, as you can see, you've got like blast shields to protect the pilot in there.
In Ryan's defense, when I was looking at the manual for the transformation, seemed like it was missing some steps. But
it works. The key thing to keep in mind is these tabs over here. They're actually meant to lock in.
Yeah.
So they've got to be aligned. These guys here actually have to be up as high as possible. And the white wings actually need to be as low down as possible. You can see the edges here.
I see them.
You'll also notice, I don't know if you can see in there, but there's a tab that locks the outer shell on. It's not as hard as expected, but it does take some getting used to. So it's just something to keep in mind.
I imagine it's one of those transformations that if you do it twice, you'll be fine.
Yep, and that was my second time. But once it's on there, it's pretty solid.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely. The cool thing I like is you have the little clear lights in the back there and little jets. So yeah, I'm getting there.
Waiting for the RG.
So I'm just going to do the legs, the arms and the head next.
Yeah.
It's going to be exciting.
Okay, well, I can't wait. Okay, Ryan, so with the torso done and the whole lower body, you're just going to do the head and
the arms.
And of course all that huge accessories that thing comes with.
There's a lot of other stuff, so it still might be a little while, but I am loving it. But Sid, something new.
It's not necessarily new, it's actually old, but we're showing it on the show for the first time.
We've never done Scope Dog.
We've never done Scope Dog, which is why I'm proud to talk about the brutish dog I've got here.
They look awesome.
They look awesome. We'd wanted to show these before, but they don't restock as often as Gundam, and they sell out so quickly. In fact, I've had this guy for a couple months, and I've been tinkering around with him in between other Gundam kits. And in that time, I think all the other Scope Dogs are sold out.
It's the retro design. There's something about it.
It does look cool. And it looks totally different from my Gundam. And it's a plastic model made by Bandai, but in many ways it's completely different. So we're going to go into detail about the Scope Dog, at least the first part.
Yeah,
right now.
I'm actually excited to see what's in the box.
Yeah, it is very cool. So when I picked up the Votoms kit, the Scope Dog, the Brutish Dog in this case, I thought, well, it's Bandai, it's a model kit. It's going to be pretty much like building Gundam. It's going to be the exact same thing. And then I opened the box, and I was wrong. I mean, sure, I have, these runners. And I should point out that, Ryan, I showed this to you beforehand, but this plastic, it feels more like...
It's quite different.
It feels more like Kotobukiya plastic than Bandai plastic, but it's still, the fit is very good. And I'm getting a lot of water slide decals with my Scope Dog, my Brutish Dog here. Do you need that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Rather abundant. Almost like if you're getting a version cow kit. Now in the manual, It's Bandai, of course. But there's a big difference I found right away. Like, Bandai gives you the same thing. The Gundam will show you what runners there are you need to use. And usually before each section, they'll show you the runner again. You need this runner, you need this runner. In this case, they just give you the parts list. Like, they just tell you what parts you're going to need. So I have the option now. Like, when I was building a Gundam kit, I would pull the runners that I needed and put them in a pile. But in this case, I can actually pull out every part I want.
Do you find that helps you?
But I don't think it helps, because then once I cut them out, I'm left with a bunch of parts that have no identifier on them.
Ah, good point.
So I still went with keeping the runners in the pile. But I was kind of surprised to see this, actually.
It's quite different, actually.
It is quite different. And
how old is this kit, actually? How old is this kit?
Good question. I'm not quite sure. I can, of course, have a look. And there's polycaps as well. These are quite large compared to some Bandai kits. And not as flexible as I'm used to seeing them. They're actually quite stiff, which is good, I guess, because sometimes they can be a little too loose. Now, I should point out that it's not a grade of any kind. It's not a high grade. It's not a master grade. So it doesn't actually have any kind of scale. But it does say on here, 1/20th scale. Right in the corner, it should be there. 0 to 1/20th scale.
Is that a common?
So 1/20th scale, that means if it's going to be about the size of a Gundam, that means the pilot's going to be pretty large, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that is the case. Here she is.
It's a lady.
Yes, she is. I had to assemble her. I mean, I had to put her head on. I put her head on. I did good. And
you're going to paint?
Okay. How do you like that detail, Ryan? Is that okay for you?
Yeah.
Family show. Family show.
Family show.
So with that aside here, I've actually gone ahead and built some part way, because I want to show on the show kind of how it goes together, the first part at least. So let's move this over here. Now here's my pilot figure for the actual suit.
It's a Stig.
Yeah, it is. It's a Stig. Some say he's the pilot of a Scope Dog suit. But you have to build the chair. The chair, it actually features movable pegs, movable handles, and you can just drop him in here. Or her, I guess it is. Let's not say him.
Lady.
It's obviously blatantly a woman.
It's a female Stig.
We are not sexist here in the show at all. So there it is. Now, before I can get this guy in the cockpit, which I've assembled, here it is. There's my cockpit. This will drop right on. But first I gotta get the roof on. Now I need one other part. Here it is. This is actually 2 parts slapped together holding this piece in place. And now this piece is actually used to hold this thing. Right, you'll slide that piston in there. Similar to how we see some real grades work with their plated parts. So I find that I can slap this guy in place here. And the manual says to put this on and then put the pegs in, but that's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide the pegs into place here while I slide that back part in. In theory, everything should work, right? Just like communism, right?
Communism works.
Communism works in theory, providing it goes in. Now I'm lined up properly. There we go.
There we go.
Everybody dropping into place there. And I've got this cockpit that is now able to open. But it's a little tricky. It will run up against the back piece here. But you can see it actually stays there. It locks in place thanks to a couple of pieces that actually extend out the back. So now I can complete my cockpit by dropping this guy on. That was easy enough. Put your leg back on. There are some like flash. You'll see some plastic that you'll have to remove.
Yeah.
But that's standard in a lot of kits too. Just make sure you clean your nub marks off properly. And slap them in there, close the door. Cockpit is finished. Now the next part after that is the head.
Yeah.
And I've gone ahead and made the head. So it's actually pretty cool. This opening here, you put one tiny piece in there to kind of hold this in place, but it allows you to slide it back and forth so you can look wherever. And it also rotates, so once you put all the like Aurora type stickers in there and the glass or the transparent pieces and cover them up, you can start rotating.
I'm really liking the design of this.
It does look cool. I admit the head really got to me here. I still believe I think I have to do a little bit more to get it on there to stay. But that's what it's going to look like. And there's somebody inside operating that thing. And a lot of times when you build like say a master grade or a perfect grade Gundam, you'll build the cockpit, you'll put the pilot in there and everything will be, inside there, but you never actually see the pilot ever again.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. I am still able to actually see the pilot.
And the pilot's actually staring up the head.
When it's in there. That's cool.
This kind of reminds me of like Mac K, like an alternate history.
Yeah, it's not as outlandish as Gundam and there's monstrous things. Now with the arm here, I actually had started to assemble the arm, and I got to a section that I thought, you know what, I want to show this because this is really cool. So I'll take out the sections that I have kind of built so far, and I'll make sure that I've got the manual so I do it properly here in the show. Otherwise I can facepalm myself. But with the arm here, when you get to assemble the arm, they start talking about this runner. And there's a lot, I don't know how close you can get here, Ryan, but this runner is kind of like 3 runners all together. And there's these tiny little pieces on here. These are actually bolts. They're even called bolts. So what you do is you cut off this wrench.
Comes with a wrench?
Yeah, you cut off this tiny plastic wrench. You put it onto a bolt. You cut the bolt off of the runner.
Ah, that's
really delicate work, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, if Bandai were to do this now, they'd make these gate marks so thin that you would just pop them off. But this one, you're still kind of using your clippers. And while I have this here, various places throughout the kit will need you to put bolts in, and the first one I encounter is the part of the arm here. So I'm going to slide this bolt in, and I don't know if there's a specific way it's supposed to line up, or you just have to like push it in there. But once you put it in there and it snaps, you should be able to pull off the wrench and push it into place. And then you'll be doing this all over the kit, because look at how many of these bolts there are on here. Like, I'm not going to count, there's plenty, but it's your job to get those guys on there. So don't lose your wrench.
Yeah, don't lose your
wrench. Put this guy
wrench
back in the box right now to make sure that I do not lose him. And I'll get back to putting bolts on later. And before I finish, I'm going to make the little weapon on his arm here. Alright, I got all the pieces off here. And to complete my little setup, I actually have to slap them on here. So here we go. Is it this way? Sure it is. Why not? There's actually a specific way you have to do it, but these are working for me, so I'm going to continue doing it this way. There's actually 7 of them, as I mentioned, so drop these on here. Looking like a Gatling gun, not gonna lie. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. Get this done, and then you can start assembling the final part of the arm here. Now that bolt part that I made, I see it here. I have to make sure I put that on correctly. Take this. This is a claw I made already. It's just 4 parts, but it's going to be able to swivel. So how do you say move? Somewhat. So I will... Sorry. Put this on here. Like so. Why you no slide on? Aha. And then just drop this guy in here. There he is. So not only does he have a Gatling gun, but he has his hand claw. There's a handle you put on as well, but we'll forego that part for right now. We'll drop on the armor piece. Put that into place, and then I can put my upper arm here, complete with his cover. And you can see the shoulder, I've already made it. Looks a lot like a Zaku now, doesn't it? With that round cover there. A lot of the construction is very similar. So we'll put this guy together. And I've got myself an arm. It's good to go. So
that was quick.
Yes, not an ordinary arm. Not an ordinary arm. It's got that claw. It will have a handle. So I guess he can hold it. And that Gatling also rotates.
Very nice.
Which is cool. So the other arm is actually really simple. It's just a normal hand. You can see they make you do the hand. I'm not going to bother showing that. But I'll take this guy home and I'll work on the lower part of this kit, and next week we'll talk about that. So let's put this away and then get to the comments. Okay, Ryan, I've got the...
I don't want it.
I got the Facepalm Gundam here. Don't worry, nobody gets a Facepalm though. No Facepalms forthcoming. Actually, I have this here because somebody who had watched the previous episode, they'd taken a still of the video and a close-up of Facepalm Gundam, and they actually captioned it. And if I recall correctly, it said, at the top it said, ordered RX-782 version 2.0, and the bottom said, version 3.0 announced. And I laughed so hard.
You lolled.
I lolled all over my floor. And I thought, you know what, that would be a good idea to have like a contest, like caption the Facepalm Gundam. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a caption the Facepalm Gundam contest. Now I'm going to create a group on HobbyLink.tv.
Yeah, a group. Look for the group. What's it called?
It's going to be Facepalm Caption Contest. That's the group. In the first post, we're gonna put a blank image of Mr. Facepalm here. Yep. You're going to click on it so it expands to the big size, save it on your computer, add some text somehow, and save it and put it back into that group.
Onto that group. Only that group.
Only that group.
If it's on Gunpla TV or any other group, Batsu. And right-click on the image to save it.
Yeah, it's got to expand. It's got to be big enough that you can...
Yeah.
If it's a little tiny thing, we get this little thing this big.
It's going to be a disservice to you, and I think you'll see when you open it if it's tiny, you did the wrong thing.
Yeah. So that's the rules.
Now the prizes. Well, the prizes are going to be pretty simple. It's going to be a 10% coupon for let's say 10 people.
Sure.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
10% coupons off I think anything at HLJ.
Yeah.
You can only use the coupon once.
Yep.
We'll try to put in the rules of the coupons in there as well.
Now, so do you think we should let it run for a while and announce the winners on episode 125, or we should just 122, 122?
I would say a month.
I'd say a month. Well, a month would be 4 or 5 episodes, so let's say episode 125.
125.
We will announce who wins the 10% coupons.
Yeah, so we're looking forward.
Facepalm Caption Contest. And the guy who submitted the order 2.0, 3.0 announced, it's awesome, but we can't accept it as an entry. You're going to have to come up with
something genius.
Yeah, but we really appreciate it because it's a great
Sweet.
idea.
So that's almost a 120th episode competition as well.
There you go.
Awesome.
So I'll put this over here. All right, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah,
you can comment and like, and I will be liking
Use the
a lot.
like, comment, create.
And enter as many times as you like. Is that what we said? Or?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay, good.
Sounds good to me. It's going to be a crazy long wall.
Speaking of crazy long walls, actually, Gunpla TV Kit Bash wall has gone very well. A lot of people are contributing a lot of really good ideas. And I've got some comments from some people who I think are pretty good. I like these ideas. I'm going to read them out. These by no means represent finalists or anything. They're just ones that I thought were cool. So Daniel Wickwire, he writes, my recommendation might not be as exuberant as other folks, but why not blend a Zaku 2 and Dom kit? You would be able to make the Zaku 2 prototype from the first episode of the 08th team MS 08th MS team. While essentially you are slapping a Zaku half on a Dom's hip and legs, I think if you take your time and modify it accordingly, you could get almost a perfect representation of one of the few Zaku variants that we have never got a model kit of. And I'm like, wow, that's true. And especially the frames of this thing, you just kind of go, I'm done. So I wholeheartedly endorse that idea.
So if you like it, like it.
Yeah, if you like it. It's a good idea. Sometimes simple is better. Some people have submitted some pretty crazy ideas for a kit bash.
Okay, cool.
Super X Vegito says, after seeing the Hainu Gundam, I always thought it would be great to combine it together with the Strike Freedom Gundam. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with these two kits, but the Strike Freedom has the wings coming out.
Wings,
and the new Gundam, Hainu, has these fin funnels, 2 sides, fin funnels. So basically you could kind of swap backpacks and get this kind of kit bash.
That's quite a kit bash.
Yep. Now, Will Yam, I see what you did there, Will Yam. Kit bash suggestion, Gundam Wing EW's body, skirt and legs, with the Death Scythe EW. Oh wait, hold on. Body including skirt and legs from the Death Scythe. Right and left arm from the Shenlong. Include the dragon head on the top of the right arm. Left hand from the Heavy Arms Gatling gun. Right hand from the Sandrock's 2 Heat Shotels attached together. Backpack is the Wings Angels Wings. Head, not really sure any of the 5 kits will do. It will then be called the Perfect Endless Waltz, or PEW for short. PEW.
PEW.
Look, the PEW is coming. We are saved. The PEW is here. Thank goodness the PEW is here. PEW is cool. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, a lot of thought went into that.
Yeah, a lot of
That's
thought.
a pretty ambitious project, I think, though. But they all share the similar frame for the most part. It might just be as simple as plugging arms on. I'm kind of tempted because I have most of these kits to just give it a go. Okay, Josh Klingler. Heavy Arms EW plus the Death Scythe Hell equals big guns and big black wings.
That's a good one.
That's a good one too. Uncouth, Sandrock plus Asteroid Red Frame. Not bad, not bad. Now Ramon717, I like his idea. The Char Zaku and the Shinanju. When I saw the Shinanju for the first time, I immediately thought of the Char Zaku. And when I read the comment, I immediately thought of the Zaku head with the Shinanju spikes sticking on top, because it would work. Now Rarity, he says Kit Bash, the Wing Gundam and the Quanta. A lot of people have suggested the Wing, I guess, because it has the wings. You can just slap them on the back of any suit, as we saw in like the Gundam Breakers section at Shizuoka there. So those are some of the suggestions.
Yeah, check out the group.
Lots more.
This time.
Check out the group. I think we got like 80 members now at least. Keep them coming.
It's grown.
Like
the quickest growing group.
And I will choose from the most popular, and we will get started with the Kit Bash.
Now,
maybe during my summer holidays when my family is not here.
I have a few questions or a few comments from the group, YouTube. The group is just from, I asked everyone about what they normally get for their birthdays.
That's true.
So Anthony, great show as always. Unfortunately, the only thing I get for my birthday is a headache.
I can totally relate to that.
Yeah. So I tend to buy myself something nice. This year is going to be the 1/44th scale HGUC AGX04 Gebra.
Yeah,
Tetra?
Tetra.
Yeah, dude.
That's a nice present to yourself.
That's a nice present.
I have in the past celebrated my birthday by purchasing things for myself.
Absolutely. As you get older, it seems to happen more.
I think so too, because you don't have people supplying you with junk. You have to do it yourself.
Next is Super X Vegito.
Yeah.
He says, "Hey Sid and Ryan, today the 24th is actually my birthday."
Nice, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, mate. And my brother was kind enough to buy me all 7 of the Gundam Seed HGs you guys at HRJ had on sale earlier this month.
Nice.
They were supposed to be delivered today, but the mail came while I was at work, so unfortunately I have to wait an extra day to get continued on my new hobby after getting the package from the post office. I guess one more day will not hurt.
Yeah.
I actually commented to this guy, I said, like, you have the nicest brother.
Yeah, that was pretty
good. I wish my sister bought me stuff. I have to remind her. Buy me stuff.
There's things I like that you have no idea of.
And she's in the States now, so I can go to Walmart. Gundam Intel 24/7. This guy has almost as many friends as I do.
Yeah?
How the hell is that possible?
I guess when you're Gundam Intel 24/7.
I always enjoy buying myself a Gundam model for my B-day since it's just me and my 6-year-old daughter. But this year I went with a Zoid, the Liger Zero Schneider.
That's kind of a big step up. Yeah.
The best part of me, though, is not only the build, but buying my daughter an SD kit and us working on hers as well. I have all 80 of my Gundam models on shelves throughout the house, and she gets so excited when we put one of hers on a shelf I made for her. That's the best birthday gift, to see a big smile on her face. I thought that was real sweet.
That's touching. I'm all kendo shimashita. I'm all touched. Actually, I can totally relate, because my daughter, she'll be 6 in 2 weeks. And she loves building models with me. And we actually would put them on her dresser in her room. We put them up there, and she'd go and point at them. I did this one, I did that one. Yeah.
There's 2 things I hope to do with my daughter, and that's build kits, and one thing is play Mario on the Wii U or whatever.
Yeah. I got some time yet.
Yeah, she's like 6 months.
I do play the Wii Fit with my daughter. We unboxed it because we first had it when she was like a baby, and we can use it for her. But we unboxed it, set it back up, and made her little me character, and we do the Wii Fit, and she has got to be I think she's like obsessive compulsive, because she kept doing that little dance routine until she got all 10 of the top scores. Like, we can't touch her, she crushes us, but she still does it, and if she makes one mistake and doesn't get a perfect and get a top score, she'll stop it right there and start again from the beginning.
She's a true gamer.
Yeah,
bringing up a game with this.
That's right.
Next is from
I do the same thing with ski jump.
YouTube. Daishogun Gundam. Daishogun Gundam. I wanted to have a computer, but my parents said no.
They're worried about the porn.
Yeah, then I
can totally understand that. My daughter will never own a computer.
Then I wanted a PG00 riser. They said no again. I ended up with 2 red aired sliders.
I don't know what they are. Please explain to me what a red eared slider is.
Yeah. I then went on at my grandparents, and my grandfather gave me enough money to get myself an MG00 riser. It was a pretty great birthday. That's
yeah. Grandparents always come through for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what they're there for.
Irwin Bulacan. hello to the both of you. Cool PGs you have there. They really show the improvements Bandai developed through the years. I just have one simple question. Will you, HLJ, be selling the Shinanju Kshatriya Unicorn and Banshee gaming mouse by Dengeki? And I'm like, what is this? And where can I get it?
I actually, this is the first time I've seen it. I heard of these when I saw that comment.
Sounds awesome.
We're gonna have to look into this. If it's a throw-in that comes with a Dengeki magazine of some kind, chances are we're gonna have it, because we get all the kind of Dengeki.
That's a gaming mouse. Is that like a high-end gaming mouse?
I don't know.
That's what I expect.
We're gonna have to look into. It might not be something that was marketed to us simply because we don't deal with a Dengeki product like that. Because I'm sure they put up computer and game magazines. However, if we contact them, we could find out the details. So yeah, that's next on my list, is actually look into this and figure out what it is. And if we can get them, then we'll put them up on our site. If they're as crazy as my mouse, I'll be excited. And I'll post a photo of my mouse. This guy's mouse is crazy. I'll post a photo of my mouse on the Gunpla TV. It's like not unusable. It's become part of the machine. You put your hand there and it's the most awesome mouse ever. It's pretty cool. Has lots of lights. It doesn't help. I'm not going to say anything. Okay. Master DS64. I have a question for anyone, including the HobbyLink team. All right, that's me. Yep. With the perfect grade, do they all have screws? Too many bad experiences with my first MG was an old Master Gundam, and the guy can't do his proper pose because of how bad the screws are. Tried even with professional help, with the screws will never go in, and put me off the kit for the last 4 years. But the current gen MGs, while all good, I want to step up despite the issues about the wings. Would Strike or Wing Zero have screws? Most of the older PG kits and Mastery kits, some of the bigger ones, will have screws. But Bandai has gotten away from that. I haven't seen screws with newer MGs or PG kits for quite some time. They might sneak one into, maybe, I'm trying to remember, but I don't remember an instance of there being one, but I don't want to say definitely no. But I built the Strike, the Red Ashtray, and the Strike Freedom, and I don't recall having any issues with a screw except for having to build a little LED unit which you put the battery into. So other than that, there's no problems at all. The parts are strong enough now that you don't need the metal screws. Actually, and the screws in here are not too obtrusive. Yeah. Okay, next. But he says the Strike Freedom or the Wing Zero. Strike Freedom, perfect grade, I don't think has screw. Wing Zero I haven't built, probably does. But if you get the Strike Freedom Master Grade, there's no screws now. So, should be all good. Next, Teldara. You guys sold me on PG now. That's right, they're awesome. We're doing our job. Get on it. Should I wait to see if there will be a PG announced or go for the Strike? You should do both. You should go for the Strike while you wait for an announcement of a new PG. I don't think it'll be this year if there's a new PG. I still kind of think that we're going to see the Sazabi Master Grade 2.0 version come. And after that, Bandai can start thinking PG. Usually there's some rumblings about things, but they'd let us know. Yeah. Well, we've actually given you a lot today, especially with groups wise. So just as usual, just check out our blog. Join us. We have our Facebook and our YouTube, and you're welcome to comment anywhere. Yeah. Like away. Like away. And that's all I have to say. Good. Okay. Next week we're gonna look more at Scope Doc. Yeah, and I'll have more PG. We'll also talk, I guess, a little bit about the Macross kit. Hopefully, we're gonna start getting some reviews back in. People will have built it and share their thoughts on it. And next month will be July, and we're gonna start seeing RG. Oh, the RGs are coming. It's coming. I'm excited. So look forward to that. Submit your captions to the. Don't forget the competition. Caption. Don't forget the competition. That's right there. If you forget the competition, no, Facepalm for you. So yeah, send in those captions, and we'll see you next time. See you guys. Is that really how you want it pictured? You can't straighten his legs?